Today our topic is the power of negative visualization. This idea comes from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. Negative visualization is a technique where you imagine the worst-case scenarios in your life. It might sound strange or even negative, but it's actually a powerful tool for finding peace, happiness, and motivation. Let me explain why. First, let's talk about why people are often unhappy. Many of us spend our lives chasing things we don't have: more money, a better job, a bigger house, or more success. We think that once we get these things, we'll finally be happy. But the truth is, even when we achieve these goals, we often don't feel satisfied for long. We quickly get used to what we have, and we start wanting more. This is called the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much we gain, we keep running in place, always wanting the next thing. This cycle can make us feel restless, ungrateful, and even unhappy. This is where negative visualization can help. Instead of always thinking about what you want, you take time to imagine what it would be like to lose the things you already have. For example, imagine losing your job, your health, or even the people you love. At first, this might seem scary or depressing, but if you do it right, it can change the way you see your life. When you imagine losing something, you start to appreciate it more. You realize how lucky you are to have it in the first place. This practice helps you feel grateful for what you have, instead of always focusing on what you don't have. Let me give you an example. Think about your family or your closest friends. Imagine what it would be like if they were no longer in your life. How would you feel? What would you miss about them? Now, think about how lucky you are to have them right now. This exercise doesn't mean you should live in fear of losing them. Instead, it helps you appreciate them more deeply. It reminds you to cherish the time you have with them and to treat them with love and kindness. Negative visualization also helps you prepare for tough times. Life is unpredictable. Bad things happen to everyone. Loss, failure, illness, and disappointment are part of being human. If you never think about these possibilities, they can hit you hard when they happen. But if you take time to imagine them, you'll be better prepared. You'll realize that even in the worst situations, you can find a way to cope. This doesn't mean you should expect the worst to happen all the time. It just means you're ready for it if it does. For example, imagine you lose your job. At first, this might feel like the end of the world. But if you've practiced negative visualization, you've already thought about this possibility. You've imagined what you would do if it happened. Maybe you've saved some money, or maybe you've thought about other jobs you could do. When it actually happens, you'll feel calmer and more in control. You'll know that you can handle it, even if it's difficult. Another benefit of negative visualization is that it helps you focus on what really matters. When you imagine losing the things you care about, you start to see what's truly important to you. Maybe you realize that your job isn't as important as your health or your relationships. Maybe you see that material things like money or possessions don't bring as much happiness as you thought. This can help you make better choices in life. Instead of chasing things that don't really matter, you can focus on what truly brings you joy and meaning. Negative visualization also teaches you to accept impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. Relationships, jobs, health, and even life itself don't last forever. When you practice negative visualization, you remind yourself of this truth. Instead of trying to hold on to things too tightly, you learn to let go. You understand that change is a natural part of life, and you become more adaptable. This doesn't mean you stop caring or trying. It just means you stop clinging to things that are out of your control. Let's talk about how to practice negative visualization. It's simple, but it takes some effort. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to think about the things you value most. Then, imagine what it would be like to lose them. Don't just think about it briefly, really try to feel it. Imagine the emotions you would feel, the challenges you would face, and how you would cope. After you've done this, take a moment to appreciate what you have. Feel grateful for the people, opportunities, and things in your life. You can also use negative visualization to prepare for specific challenges. For example, if you have an important meeting or presentation, imagine what could go wrong. What if you forget your words? What if the technology fails? What if people don't like your ideas? By imagining these scenarios, you can prepare for them. You'll feel more confident because you've already thought about how to handle problems if they arise. Some people worry that negative visualization will make them pessimistic or anxious. But if you do it right, it has the opposite effect. It doesn't mean you expect the worst to happen all the time. It just means you're aware of the possibilities. This awareness can actually make you feel more secure. You'll know that even if something bad happens, you can handle it. You'll feel more in control of your life. Negative visualization also helps you develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties. When you practice negative visualization, you're training your mind to deal with challenges. You're building mental strength and emotional toughness. This doesn't mean you will never feel sad or scared. It just means you'll be better at coping with those feelings. You'll know that tough times don't last forever, and you'll find a way to keep going. Finally, negative visualization can help you live in the present moment. Many of us spend too much time worrying about the future or regretting the past. We forget to enjoy the here and now. When you practice negative visualization, you remind yourself that life is short and unpredictable. This can help you focus on the present. You'll start to notice the small joys in life, a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a moment of quiet. These small moments can bring a lot of happiness if you pay attention to them. In conclusion, negative visualization is a powerful tool for finding peace, happiness, and motivation. It helps you appreciate what you have, prepare for tough times, focus on what really matters, accept impermanence, and live in the present moment. It might seem strange at first, but with practice, it can change the way you see your life. So, take a few minutes each day to imagine the worst-case scenarios. Then, take a moment to feel grateful for what you have. You'll find that this simple practice can bring you a lot of peace and happiness. Remember, life is unpredictable, but you have the power to handle whatever comes your way.